All right, now I'm excited to hear about this, our former GRSP students. And to introduce our students, Dr. John Richmond is going to come up and introduce. He's the director of the GRSP 6910. Dr. Richmond.
Thank you, Ricky. And I've been looking forward to this program for a long time. Even though it's just been set up for 2 weeks, I've certainly been contemplating it for a while. It gives me great pleasure to introduce these students. I'm going to have Elsa Hellsten introduce first. She is there in the top center of your screen. She is from Mölndal, Sweden, a suburb of Gothenburg, which is Sweden's second largest city, located on its west coast. She's 26 years old and was the Dalton Club's GRSP student in 2013-14. Agnes and I were the host parents, and we were forever changed by that experience. We still remain in frequent contact, seeing her in person most every year. Since then, we have video conferenced her and her family every Christmas Day since she left in June of 14. I will now let her describe her life since she left. Elsa, take it.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. So I wanted to start by saying hi to everyone, or hi y'all. I haven't said that in 7 years, so I've been looking forward to that. Well, like John said, I'm Elsa from Sweden. Right now I live in Copenhagen in Denmark. And when I was a GRSP student, I lived with Krystal from Malaysia. And as John said, I was John's and Agnes Richmond's host daughter. So thank you so much for having me back. It's really good to see you all, and I recognize many of you. So first of all, I wanted to start by how I felt before coming to Georgia, because I remember that I was so excited, and I had just graduated high school. It was the first time that I lived outside of my parents' home, and I thought I was an adult. I could cook and I could speak English well, but looking back, I was really just a little baby. And that's what Krystal and I also say when we look back at the pictures. And after GRSP, I just came back a completely different person. And that year really is a big part of who I am today. Putting myself in a completely new place really did something to me. And just immersing in the culture, trying to understand how things work, and being foreign is really something that I gained a lot from. Adapting and getting a new perspective of what I was used to, and hopefully also bringing a new perspective to the people that I met. Going abroad is such a rewarding thing for a teenager to do, or really anyone. And it was amazing to get the opportunity to do that in such a safe and caring environment. So I have to say thank you again for that opportunity. I also wrote a small list of things that I learned when I was a GRSP student. So the first thing that I wanted to mention is that they're really such generous and trusting people in the world that I just couldn't believe. And this program is just really something unique, and I'm so grateful that it exists. I also learned firsthand about the US, about Georgia, about Americans, and not the least about many other cultures and countries. I learned to take a leap into something that's difficult, like moving across the Atlantic and taking a course in American government that other students had learned about since they were kids, but I just thought, I'll figure it out. I also learned to finish an entire Zaxby's salad, even though it took an entire year. I learned to feel at home wherever I go, and I learned that courses in history are pretty exciting, but I figured out that I wanted to do some science instead. So I figured out that I wanted to continue with chemical engineering. I also learned to go with the flow, where Krystal and I always had friends over at our place, and we learned to be welcoming to people that we met. And many of our friends, they even had pizza in our kitchen, and we just had a great community with people that we met at Dalton State College. I remember teaching people how to cook chicken and how to make Swedish pancakes. I learned to find great friends and family in a new place, and I really did create a strong connection to my host family. So really thank you to John and Agnes for taking me in. I remember asking one of my friends at Dalton State College if her host dad was picking her up later. Host dad, she said, it's just my dad. And so coming back, I told numerous people about this program, but they just don't really understand that it exists or believe that it exists because it just sounds too good to be true. And it was really awesome to be put in a group of high performing and diverse and fun group of students, and to think that I was one of them and that I was part of such a successful group to promote understanding and world peace really motivated me harder to aim high in the future. So what happened since I came back to Sweden? Well, I continued seeing this Danish GRSP guy, Frederick, from my year, and it turns out we're still together now, almost 7 years, and we just bought our first apartment together. I also have a great contact with many of my fellow GRSP students, and of course, John and Agnes. I got a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering and a master's degree in applied chemistry. And then I moved to Germany for 6 months to study German and do an internship where I truly used many of my GRSP skills to fit into yet another community in another country. Throughout my studies, I was in many volunteering organizations at the university where I tried to really do something for other students and being part of a community that I learned to do during my GRSP year. So now I work in a pharma company called Novo Nordisk that produce insulin among other things. And they're actually creating a new factory in Clayton in North Carolina, so not too far away from you guys. And yeah, so now I live in Denmark, and I also learned to get used to the Danish community. I learned to speak some Danish, which is basically like speaking Swedish just with a potato in your mouth, like you probably heard before. So yeah, that's where I am now, and looking back to my GRSP year, it was really amazing, and the Elsa before and after GRSP is it's just a drastic difference, and I can't believe how so much fit into just 1 year, where I experienced so much and saw so many things and met so many great people, and I found friends and a second family. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you to all of you, to the Rotarians there today and to the Rotarians that were there when I was there. Yeah, that's what I had to say today. Thank you.
Thank you, Elsa, and hang around because again, after the other students, we hope to have open it up to questions and answers. So the next will be Krystal Tee. Krystal is from Selangor, Malaysia. She's 25 years old. Can we put Krystal up? Yeah, there we are. She was also, as you heard, the 2013-14 GRSP class, but was co-sponsored by the Carpet City Club along with Calhoun, Ringgold, Somerville Tryon, and then Chatsworth. She and Elsa were roommates at Dalton State. Her host parents were Amy Grammer. And is Amy on? She told me she was going to be here. And Jackie Killings of the Morning Club. Krystal hit the ground running when she did an outstanding performance at the August 2013 Jekyll Island Conclave with her now famous cup song. She gained instant admiration of all those who attended that night. She stayed at Dalton State, graduated, married, and now lives in Detroit as a U.S. citizen. But I will let her give you the rest of the story. Krystal, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm so happy to see everyone. So many familiar faces. I miss being in Georgia for sure. So thank you for having me on this afternoon. Yeah, I know my GRSP life or year in the US has been quite the journey. I didn't take the conventional route. But what is conventional, right? So just thank you so much. I know Elsa mentioned, thank you for being the club that you are. But I just wanted to reiterate that and just say thank you for showing us the love that you did when we were there. And I know I stayed throughout and you saw my face way more often than any other GRSP student, I think. But that's because I genuinely enjoyed all the meetings and just joining and learning from everyone. I know I graduated in 2016, which seems like a long time ago, but I graduated with a bachelor's from Dalton State College. And since then, I have moved and married. I married Matthew Lawrence, my husband, and we have moved to Michigan. And I currently work for Quicken Loans, might be familiar for some of you guys. I am a team relations specialist, or what they call an HR business partner for the company. And so I currently work as that for one of their operations side of the business. So that's where I'm at in terms of career-wise. Since GRSP, I know I am very thankful for the ability to still reach out to students and be in contact with students around the world. It's kind of crazy how much we change in 7 years. And I will always tell anyone who asks me what are my years in the US like. I say that Georgia, the Rotary clubs, and my host family saw me into adulthood. I came as a child, 18 years old, naive, never knew what it was like to even experience 30 degrees. And I had never experienced anything less than 70 degrees. And I didn't know much about what the US was like. And I will always say that the experience here made me the professional and the adult that I am today. Your giving into this lives of us, your students, really showed us what it's like to pay it forward. And I just want you to know that you've made not just a impact in my life, you've made an impact in our family. As you see Adam here, who will talk later, who's my brother. You've made an international impact. My family back home in Malaysia will always be grateful for how much you have changed both my brother and my life, and given us the wings to fly. So yeah, I have, in terms of hobbies, I started a home bakery, actually. So I have a little home bakery that I do on the side, and I'm into powerlifting now. So if you see me lifting heavy weights, that's what I do now. I'm trying to get to a 330-pound deadlift and a 300-pound squat. So that's the long journey there. Yeah, that was all I had. So good to see everyone.
Thank you, Krystal. The next is Isabel Vinterbladh, and she is from Helsingborg, Sweden, just outside Malmo. Can we put her up on the center screen? There she is. There she is. And again from Helsingborg, Sweden, just outside Malmö, which is located on the southwest coast of Sweden. She was in the 2014-15 GRSP class, along with her classmate Helena Bendixen of Denmark, who is a senior medical student and could not be with us today. She was sponsored by our club, and Mel and Gretchen Abernathy were her host parents. And I was, Mel emailed me this morning and said, unfortunately, he was unable to be able to get free at this hour to be online with us. She is 25 years old. She was initially a shy young lady when she arrived with us, but quickly came out of her shell, and during her year with us, she left a more confident young woman. Isabel, tell us more.
Yes, thanks. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear. Yeah, it's lots of fun. See you all. And yeah, as John said, as a very shy girl who had never really been abroad on my own like this before, and yeah, just getting away from my safe place and family and everything made me have to talk to people and have to get out. So I think that was something big for me, that I gained self-confidence. And when I got back to Sweden, people were even like, "You're not Swedish anymore. You talk too much. You talk to strangers." And that's something I think is good, because I really enjoy it. That's how you get new contacts. So yeah, as Krystal and Elsa already mentioned, except for like language improvement, this big international network, the amazing host family I had with Mel and Gretchen, Joe, as well as the club, and all the great experience in Dalton. I guess it's an experience I will never forget. I will always remember my Georgia and think about you as well, all of you. And so, well, what did I do after I came home? So I had figured out I did not want to start studying directly. I want to see more of the world. But I started out with doing an internship at a big energy company called E.ON. I think you have that in the US as well. I wanted to maybe study engineering. So I did this internship a bit to try out to see how it is to work as an engineer. And I worked with wind turbines, which was very interesting, very technical. And I learned also that I did not want to become an engineer. So after that, in January of 2016, I moved to Berlin. I worked there as an au pair for a family, as well as studying in German. So except for improving my English, I was like, nope, now I'm going to another country and I'm gonna learn German. So that was also a great experience. And I think I had a lot of help from what I learned in the US about getting contact with new people and internationalize and building up my international being there. So after 7 months in Berlin, I came back to Sweden and decided it was time for me to start studying for real as well. So I moved to a student city in South Sweden called Lund and started on a bachelor in chemistry. But already after 3 semesters, I figured out this was not what I wanted to do. And I had worked for a professor at theoretical chemistry, where I'd done some protein simulations and been taught a lot of programming. And I thought it was so cool. And I felt like I wanted to do more math. So I switched to mathematics. And in January, I graduated and with my bachelor in mathematics, numerical analysis. And after nearly 4 years in Sweden, I figured that I want to see the world again. I want to go abroad. So I got accepted to a master's program in Heidelberg, Germany, in southwest Germany. And here I'm doing a master in scientific computing. So mix between mathematics and computer science. And this is where I'm currently at. I'm in my second semester of my master's studies, been living in lockdown for a year. So it has not really been as I thought, but trying to do the best of it. And yeah, I'll see where I end up. I think being a GRSP has made me realize there's so much to learn from people, like from different cultures and yeah, just traveling around and and I guess my experience will be something I will always remember, and I'm very thankful for that your club chose to support me and give me this opportunity. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Isabel. Adam T is now up next. And put Adam in the center of the screen. Adam, of course, is also from Selangor, Malaysia, and was a member of the 2019-20 GRSP class, which happened to be our last GRSP class because of the COVID. The pandemic canceled the class of 2021, but I'm here to announce, fingers crossed, that a class of 43 students is set to come in August of 2021-22. Why I say that is that, of course, if the borders close back down because of these variants, who knows what may happen. Adam was co-sponsored by the Carpet City Club, but you all know him well, not only because of his sister, but because he was a frequent attendee to our meetings, as he loves food and especially a free lunch. His host parents were Jackie Killing and Anthony Klein. Again, I invited both of them, but I don't believe either is online. Who is? Anthony is? Oh, great. Where are you, Anthony? Oh, okay. Okay. And Adam, like his sister, also hit the ground running, as he had the honor of being the co-master of ceremonies at his conclave. So, Adam, tell us what's happening with you now.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. Hi. I believe it has been only 2 to 3 months since my last presentation with you guys. So this will be just a quick recap of whatever happened since then. So currently my flight has been canceled for a total of 6 times now, and I am scheduled to fly back in May. And I'm praying every day that my flight will not be canceled again. So that's great. And speaking about loving food, staying here wasn't such a bad thing because my sister has pretty much everything covered. We have Chick-fil-A up here, so the spicy deluxe sandwich has not left my menu. But however, having the free food comes with a few skills that I had to learn, such as shoveling snow up here, doing the laundry, cooking. So I've learned pretty much good skills to become a future husband, and I'm pretty set up here. But other than that, I have gotten my personal training degree, not degree, certification. So I am a certified fitness instructor up here. And the reason why I did pursue that was in the meantime to keep me busy, but also to supplement my future physical therapy degree that's to come. And other than that, living up here with 30-degree weather every day is not too bad. It's pretty nice, but I wouldn't spend much time outside because of the snow. And I do miss everyone back in Georgia. I miss the food, I miss the company. However, I don't think we'll be able to spend much time together since of COVID, even if I decide to come down and make a trip. But I miss my host brother, Anthony Klein. Miss him a lot. We still do talk a lot, and we catch up on Mandalorian and a few TV shows. Those keep us in contact, and we're pretty active with those shows. And I still keep in contact with Anatole, all the way in UK. She's doing very well, and I do miss her as well. I miss Smitty and Tammy. Miss you guys a lot, and pretty much miss everyone in Dalton. So yeah, that's about it from me. That's all the updates I have. And thank you for bringing me to Georgia and letting me have a year, almost a year of a great time in Georgia. Thank you.
Adam and I share a birthday, March the 20th. I wish I would be just 23. Now let's open it up to the group for questions.
I'll bring this around. If you guys want to ask them a question, they'll be able to see you. Anybody have any questions for any of the students? I do. See if I can unmute it.
Smitty has a question.
Hey, Adam. Hey, Krystal, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Hey, listen, one is just a comment. I want you to know how much we love you and miss you. And I know that God's going to allow you to get back to football, okay? But I guess my question to you is on the, you said you're working on your what degree? I couldn't quite hear you earlier.
Physical therapy.
A personal training certification. So to be a fitness instructor.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So have you been still working on your golf swing any? That's what I want to know. Have you done that?
So I really do want to work on it, but unfortunately we don't have any clubs up here. And because of COVID, driving ranges don't allow us to rent clubs anymore.
Oh.
So I've been itching to hit some balls, but unfortunately I haven't got the time to do it.
I remember what we talked about, put that thumb over the top.
Yes, sir. You
Okay.
fixed my golf swing pretty much in one 15-minute session, and I will never forget that.
All right, so where do I send the bill? You and I forgot.
If you get back down this way, I'm sure we'll be able to find you some clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Here's a question for Elsa. Tell us about your work life with Novo Nordisk.
Yes, so I just started at Novo Nordisk in September, which is basically around the time that they decided to bring everybody back home again. So it's been a bit challenging starting up my career online, but it's been going great so far. Although there's a lot to learn, transferring from being a student to actually creating output for a company. But it's been really nice. I work with material and manufacturing development in primary packaging. So like the blister cards that you push out your tablets from, or the little containers that you also get your tablets from. So it's really challenging, but I must say it's a great fit for me so far.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? Oh. Who? Yeah, Krystal. We'll put Krystal back on, and Bill Bowen has a question.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Krystal. How you doing, dear?
I'm all right. How are you doing, sir?
Okay, good to see you. Ann sends her regards. She's actually working today. And didn't want to change that. She works part-time in a little shop. I remember, Crystal, toward the end of your first year here at Dalton State. And I remember coming up to the end of that year and realizing there was a little hitch of some kind in the degree, but we got all that worked out, didn't we? There was never any repercussions from that, but that was a moment of angst if there ever was one. Do you remember that? I know you do. Yes.
Yeah, and for everyone who didn't know, during the end of the year, I was considering continuing my education at Dalton State, and they had Dalton State said that I was still missing some high school credits that they just found at the end of the year. So I had to retake high school credits in the United States, and I did it during the summer and did it in 2 weeks from the entire program and tested it out. So we managed to get all the high school credits in 2 weeks, just in time for our re-enrollment at Dalton State for the next year. So that was definitely the experience.
Well, it all worked out as you just described, but there for a few days, there was some tears. But anyway, we all worked it out. Great. Well, good to see you guys. Okay, take care of yourself. Maybe we'll meet here in Dalton at some time in the future.
Anthony Klein.
Okay.
Have a good haircut.
You know it.
Anthony Klein has a question. Anthony,
I think he's muted or his mic's not
can you
working.
unmute yourself, Anthony?
I think your mic's not working, Anthony.
Maybe put the question in the chat.
Yeah, you can type it out.
Do I have the ability to unmute here?
No.
No, okay.
Hey, this is Lynn, and I just wanted to say, Crystal, I just still have such fond memories of the video you did of Dalton. You and me, actually, Mr. Shaw. And Adam, my husband and I are on the second season, 4th episode of Mandalorian, and it rocked.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. So Anthony asked, can you comment on the quality of tacos in Detroit as compared to Dalton? I am not gonna lie, the tacos up in Detroit is pretty good. Yes.
If anyone wants to come visit, I'll bring you on a food tour in Detroit.
Yes. She's really good at that. I can attest to that.
Malaysians know how to eat.
Hey, Crystal. Hey, Adam T. This is Tom. How y'all doing? Evidently, your time down in Dalton had some effects. I see you got a Carhartt toboggan on.
Yeah.
Southern tradition.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, I was going to ask you a question. If Crystal starts being able to dead weight lift 300 pounds, aren't you afraid she's going to be able to take you on?
Well, my deadlift right now is about 375. So she has a little bit more to catch up on me. But in terms of body weight, she got me beat for sure. Yeah, she only weighs 120 pounds and she's lifting that much weight. So for me to lift like for pound is I still got a ways to go.
As always, catching up to his older sister.
Yep.
Yeah, great to see y'all doing so well.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Any online?
One chat.
Okay. One chat, was that
That's from Anthony.
Anthony?
No one else online?
Well, I just want to say that it's nice to see you all. I've met you all, been with you. So it's good to see you all are doing well.
That's our chat.
Good to see all of you. Thank you so much. Actually, I was on a call in Southeast Asia last week before last, and a lady on the call said, "Oh, what part of Georgia or what part of the U.S. do you live?" And I said, "Georgia." And she says, "Oh, you have the best scholarship program in the world." And I thought for a minute and I said, "Are you talking about Georgia Rotary Student Program?" And she said, "Yes." So GRSP is truly, truly impacting the world, and I thank you. Gotta run.
Thank you very much, Tina, and wonderful comments. Anything else? But I just want to say thank you, Elsa, Krystal, Isabel, and Adam. What a wonderful program. We'll have to do this again sometime. It's very uplifting, and of course, I'll see Elsa again at least next Christmas, hopefully before. But au revoir, and we thoroughly enjoyed the program. I'll turn it over to Ricky.
Dr. Richmond, thank you for helping me organize, or you organize it. Thank you for organizing the program. And it's very encouraging. And it's encouraging about our GRSP program that we have here in Georgia. And it's unique to Rotary. There's no other states so there's no other states in the union that does this. And it's just very encouraging to me, and seeing how we're making an international impact, just not in our local community, but also internationally. We hear all these students, and it's wonderful to catch up and see where they're at now. We got a few that's moved to the States. Got one that got married to another student, was there. So that's wonderful, and seeing working for these big time companies, and so we're making a difference, and it's encouraging for us to keep going on and keep. That's why it's important to pay those GRSP dues that we get and continue doing to help fund that program, and that's why we do it.